Bungie is currently on a mass ban spree. They are going through and banning tons of people, and not just in Destiny 2, but also in Marathon. A new report discusses Bungie's new PR campaign that they're working on, where they want to ban people in Destiny 2 and be extremely vocal about it. They're responding to various content creators on social media and really just anyone that's showing proof of people playing against cheaters. With responses like the one below here, these players no longer have access to Bungie games. Now that's very important, right? Because they didn't say this player who's obviously cheating in Destiny 2 by blowing up their character to, 20 times the normal size. It didn't say they're no longer able to play Destiny 2. They're no longer able to play Bungie games, which is obviously, they have two right now, right? You've got Destiny 2 and you've got Marathon. Now Marathon isn't even released yet, so there's no one playing the game right now. But apparently even before the game is released, you could potentially be banned in Marathon if you are found guilty, not just for cheating, but also for breaking COP. And we'll get into that more in just a minute. Now, I'm not sure if this is fair or common practice for game studios to do this, but let's be honest for a minute, if anyone does end up playing Marathon, the last thing we want is a bunch of aimbot Andes running around, cheating, hacking, blowing up their players like this, ruining the PvP experience of the extraction shooter. Because obviously, Destiny 2 is not even primarily a PvP game, it's mostly a PvE game, but the cheating is terrible and it definitely ruins the experience, but it's not as bad as an extraction shooter. Because if a cheater kills you in an extraction shooter game, you lose all of your loot. And unjustly so, right? You matched a cheater. So Bungie is almost preemptively cleaning house here and banning a ton of cheaters in Destiny 2 to prepare for the inevitable launch of Marathon. Whether it's DOA, as people have predicted before, or if it's a smashing success and Bungie pulls off the PSYOP of the century, they are at least actively working to clean things up. They went on to say this as well: the team is working to improve detections on this specific experience, which is the experience of Guardians blowing up really big. They also turn into gigantic weapons, and randomly they'll turn into a ghost that's 500 times too big. I don't know how they're able to do this, obviously using some kind of hack, some kind of cheating, but they go on to the last part saying, while we cannot promise exact updates soon, we hope to hammer this out quickly. So that was tweeted just 19 hours ago, so that would be, June 7th, 2025. Let's give a little bit of a time date here. We'll put a bookmark here per se, right? And I'll come back to this video and we'll comment when they actually did fix this. So we'll see if it takes them a week, 2 weeks, a month, etc. How long does it take Bungie to fix gigantic cheaters in Destiny 2? And on a potentially even crazier note than the last bit, Bungie actually admitted that this type of cheating is funny to them, which is something I totally did not expect them to ever post. This individual on Twitter says right here, "Is pretty funny though," and they got 69 likes, to which the official Destiny 2 team, owned by Bungie, replied saying, "Admit it can be comical to see giant guardians," which is honestly based, let's be honest, this is kind of funny in some ways. It ruins your PvP experience, but the first time you see it, it's funny. The 50th time, not so funny. They then go on to say, "But a cheat is a cheat, and we're happy to be getting them handled." So they're getting the cheaters out of here. And this isn't just one individual post, by the way. This goes on and on and on. Right here we have 19 hours ago, this player no longer has access to Bungie games, responding to someone else. Then they go on to say punishments have been issued to these accounts and clan. Next, they respond to an individual saying this player has received action. For this individual who's apparently streaming AI cheats with Zim, I have no clue what that even is. I don't even know what AI cheats are. They responded to this individual who said in Gambit of all things and in Pride Month, to which they were typing literally in the Destiny 2 chat here a slur. Destiny 2 team responds saying they no longer have access to, again, Bungie games, banned in Destiny 2 and banned in Marathon. And this individual responded to that saying, "Man, PvP might just be playable if you took this swift of action on cheaters as you do people throwing a tantrum in text chat because they're irritated playing with bad teammates or something." This received 241 likes, so a lot of people were resonating with this before the Destiny 2 team swooped in here and replied saying, "Teams banning cheaters as we speak. Personally went in to check status on a player that was visibly cheating in a video that's circulating, and it had been done 2 days ago. While we're taking some time on the community team to remove folks breaking our code of conduct, another team is also dedicated to removing cheaters from the game." So Bungie has literally two different teams working on this right now. First, you have the code of conduct team, or COC for short, and then you have the actual anti-cheat team that's removing cheaters from the game. And that's where things get interesting, because if you cheat in Destiny 2, you get banned in Marathon, and if you break Code of Conduct in Destiny 2, you would also get banned in Marathon. And just to be perfectly clear, Code of Conduct applies not just to the things you do inside Destiny 2, it also applies to the things you do outside of Destiny 2. Something that we recently learned when we saw the guy get banned for wearing the, white pointy hood and posting about it on Twitter and social media. And that's just one example, and maybe not even the best example, because I guess technically that outfit is in-game, but there have been several instances of people's actions on Twitter, on Discord, getting them banned in Destiny 2, and now presumably in Marathon. So you too could be banned in Marathon. Be careful. And this is the first time they've ever actually been public about this type of stuff. People have been giving backlash to Bungie for this for so many years. In fact, this goofy guy right here made a video back in November 4th of 2022 titled Bungie Bans Discussion, talking about this exact topic, stating that Bungie should both be more public about the bans that they issue, and on top of that, they should give people a reason why they got banned when they do get banned. That way it works out false positives significantly better and helps with just general transparency when people want to file and appeal their ban, because we know for a fact that people have been falsely banned many times in Destiny 2, and so there is a Bungie ban appeal process, and people don't know what to appeal when they got banned, if they're not issued any reason at all. I'm happy that Bungie is finally taking my advice, if not only 2.5 years later, but better late than never, I suppose. They then went on to say, we don't have the team size to respond to every cheat report on social media that results in action. So there's so many cheaters and so much cheating in Destiny 2 that they couldn't even possibly have a team sizable enough to respond to all of the cheating. That's how bad it is in Destiny 2 right now. But the team is doing what it can to keep up and remove bad actors from the game, which basically equates to, we're trying our best, all right? It's so sad to read this. It's like, cheating is such a tough thing in a live service game, a game where you're meant to log in and play every day, presumably, right? Like, that's the whole point of a live service game, right? It's live, right? There's always supposed to be something to do. Well, and when you log in and you match cheaters, it ruins your fun for that day and ruins your fun for multiple days, weeks potentially. I mean, cheating's been going on. Really heavy cheating has been happening quite a bit since Beyond Light. It was right around that time that we transitioned over to Steam, and in the process of taking Destiny 2 to Steam, we opened up Pandora's box, literally, and the floodgates of cheaters just began pouring out endlessly. And honestly, it might have been a mistake, Looking back in time, I mean, I don't think there was any other solution. We had to go to Steam if we're going to go on PC in general, but going to Steam, Destiny 2 being with the platform that has literally the most cheaters and the most cheating of any gaming launcher out there, it's bad. It's been pretty rough, right? The next part they go on to say is, I know it's hard to believe sometimes when you can't see affirmation of this player has been removed on every video posted, but we're doing our best. And with that, they say, we know we miss bad actors sometimes, and we're always working to improve our detection methods. As always, please leverage our online report tools. Help us remove cheaters faster. Like, literally do our job for us, apparently. And now, I roast Bungie heavily for the cheaters and the cheating situation in Destiny 2, because as a former PvP content creator, it really sucked all the fun, it sucked all the air out of the room having to constantly play against these cheaters and make PvP content while kind of putting on like a fake smile. But if I have to be completely honest, I don't entirely blame Bungie for it. They are in a really tough predicament. Cheating is a lucrative black market in Destiny 2, and it feels like there's maybe a disproportionate amount of cheaters to this game. Like, this game doesn't have the success and popularity and the sort of lucrative nature of like a massive game, right? Like some like League of Legends game, right? Where they're going to be able to have so much incoming revenue that they're going to be able to afford an even heavier anti-cheat. They're going to be able to afford an even stronger, team of people that can remove cheaters from the game, right? They're going to be able to hire more employees. The more popular your game is, the more money you're generating, especially when the game is a PvP centric game. That has to come first, right? Destiny 2, unfortunately, the PvE comes first. The PvP is kind of like a sideshow. And if Bungie actually put in all the necessary resources to remove all cheaters from Destiny 2, it would probably cost them more in investment than it would to actually develop Destiny 2 PvP. And I don't have any numbers or like information to like verify this, but I can only assume that, a multi-billion-dollar corporation with all this money and all these resources and all these teams, you got your cock team here and everything. If they had the manpower to actually remove all of the cheaters, they probably would, right? I would hope that it's not just complete incompetence, right? I mean, they're obviously on social media now responding to all of this. They have to pay these individuals, an expensive salary to go on here and tweet all of these things, hey, we banned this guy. Yeah, this guy's not playing Bungie games anymore, he's cheating, we got him. But let me know where you stand on this. What do you think about Bungie and how they handle cheating in Destiny 2? Do you think they're doing a good job? Do you think that they're doing the best that they possibly can? Or do you think that there is some room for some significant improvement? And lastly, given everything we know about Destiny 2 and its cheating epidemic, do you think that this will carry over into Marathon? I can't help but feel like this is going to be a recipe for disaster in every way possible, because even if Marathon does launch on its timeline, and even if some players do actually play the game, maybe some people are excited for that game, due to all of the rampant toxicity surrounding the game, I can't help but feel like the cheaters are really gonna target that game hard, right? Whether it's deserved or not, I don't know. I'm just saying the cheaters are probably gonna target Marathon pretty bad. Will the anti-cheat in Marathon be stronger than in Destiny 2, and will it be able to handle getting these cheaters out in a timely manner? Or are the cheaters going to be the true final boss, the nail in the coffin for Marathon? Only time will tell. We'll have to wait until we actually see when the game comes out and what Bungie does. At this point in time, they haven't announced anything for Marathon. We are currently in the process of revealing all of this new Edge of Fate news, and if you haven't seen my videos yet, make sure to click on the screen here to watch some of the new exciting things that are coming out with Edge of Fate. I'm genuinely excited for some of the stuff that's happening. And as always, make sure to subscribe to my channel with notifications on, smash the like button for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.